Okay, now we're recording. So, just to reiterate really quick, since I wasn't recording, is tonight we're talking about customer retention. And the first thing that we talked about was having fantastic products. And we do. We have top of the line products um, with fantastic ingredients, the best ingredients that we can find, and we're able to keep it at a great price point too. So, moving on to the things that we as distributors can actually control to make sure our customers are having the best possible experience. And one of those things is just taking taking good care of your customers in terms of making sure that their products arrived, making sure that they know how to use their products, making sure that they know that they have um, their own customer portal where they can go change their products or change the day their card is charged, change their address, all of those things. So I have something that I think Cami coined it, but I think she called it the 222 rule. And I really like this rule. And it's kind of just been a rule of thumb that I use. But when I sign a loyal customer, the day I sign them, I let them know, like, I'm so excited for you. Here's your loyal customer ID number. This is going to be your login ID, and you chose your password at checkout. I know that everybody might have their own system for enrolling LCs, but for me, I personally walk all of my loyal customers through signing up themselves on the website. It's very, very rare that I will collect a customer's information and put them in myself. A lot of you may do it differently, and that's okay. But for me, because I walk them through it, all I say is, here's your loyal customer ID number. This is what you'll use as your username to log in. You created your password at checkout, and you'll just use those to log back into your customer portal. And then I say, I'm so excited for you. Let me know as soon as your products arrive. And that's like right after they sign up. Then 2 days later, I message them and I say, hey, so and so, I just wanted to thank you again for ordering with me, and thank you for choosing me as your It Works rep. I'm really excited for your products to arrive and for you to get started with your goals. Just a reminder again, make sure that you message me when they arrive. And so I'm putting the ball or I'm putting the ball in their court for them to reach out to me. But that's that's kind of just like a backup. Then most of them always do. Most of them are like, hey, my coffee arrived or whatever, and they're really excited about it. Some don't, though. Some don't reach out to you. And so what I like to do is 2 weeks, and this is why it's the 222. I follow up 2 days after, and then I follow up 2 weeks after, because by 2 weeks, they should have gotten their product by then. And so if they haven't reached out to me first and said, hey, Shelby, I got my product, then I like to reach out to them and say, hey, have you gotten your product? Um, so whether they reach out to me or I reach out to them, I like to see if they got their product, and I want to make sure they're using it correctly. And so I like to give them my tips on how they can be using it best. If it's wraps, I send them a video of how to wrap. There's a really good one on YouTube by Jocelyn Yates. Um, Ashley, if you want, Ashley or anybody, if you want to throw that in the chat, Jocelyn Yates, just because there might be some new people who have never heard her name. She has a great short YouTube video that shows you exactly how to wrap and how to get the very best results. If it's the coffee, I will. I typically do a coffee story um, on my Instagram, and it pushes over to my Facebook story as well. Not every day, but at least every other day. So a lot of times I'll just tag them in my story, or I won't tag them, but I'll say, because yeah, I don't think you really can't tag people in your story, but I'll let them know, oh, hey, go check out my story and you can see how I make my coffee. Or you can just tell them verbally or in a voice memo how you would best use the coffee or any product, just give them your personal experience with it. I just want to make sure they're using it correctly, because that's how they're going to get their best results. Um, and then for the third part of the 222 is I like to follow up 2 months later and just make sure that they loved their product for the full 30 days that they used it. I like to make sure that they want to continue with that product. A lot of you may follow up monthly, which is a great habit to be in, because if you're just like a super organized control freak type person, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean like you want to make sure before your customer's card runs the second time, you want to make sure that you're in their inbox letting them know their card's going to be, or their order's going to be processed on such and such date. um, then that's great, then do that. But for me, most of my customers sign up for a 90-day challenge, and I explain to them before they signed up that they can change their auto shipment or keep it as is. So I already told them that. So for me, I don't necessarily reach out to them and say like, hey, your card's about to run or your order's about to run. Do you want to change up your product or keep it the same? I don't necessarily do that, but you guys definitely can. So that's sorry, I feel like I'm getting worse and worse. Hopefully you guys can hear me and even understand what I'm saying, but that's my like 2-2-2 rule that I like to stick to, just to make sure that I'm staying in my customers' boxes and they know that I'm there for them and that they can reach out to me if they ever need anything. So Ash, do you want to talk a little bit about reaching out to them and letting them know either, or asking them to either do another 90-day challenge, and the great thing that happens with the perk points when they do that, or offering them the opportunity to upgrade as a distributor?
Yeah, it kind of cut out at first there. So you said talk to them about when
About
their
when
90
their
days is
90
up,
days is
and how to get them to either order again or tell them about the opportunity, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, hopefully you can. We just reached like a dead spot in my neighborhood, so I'm just going to mute myself for a few minutes and then run inside and jump on the Wi-Fi. So just talk about that for a little bit and I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, so once so just piggybacking off of what Shelby said, because let's just say you have a typical customer who you enroll them, you say, let me know when you get your products, blah, 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 and you guys talk a few times here and there, and it's they're on the coffee and greens. Well, after their third month, obviously you know that they have the choice to cancel the shipment. So one really good way to keep them ordering is to basically like, and it's not like being sneaky, but you're like honestly just giving them a chance to order another 3 months worth of products by saying, and it doesn't have to be this exact thing, but you can say something like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited that you were able to try the coffee for 3 months. Um, it's one of my absolute favorite products and I have it every day. Would you be willing, we actually have a brand new carb blocker, and I need a few more people to try it for 90 days. Would you be willing to do that for me and just give me your results after the 3 months? Or you can say, I'm looking for people who will give me their honest review, or however you want to word it. But basically, not saying, do you want to cancel or do you want to do this? Like, just put that off of the table. And once they're like, typically they're going to ask you how much it is. And so you can say, well, you're still going to get my discount 40% off. And so the month's supply is only this much. And this is where, because, you don't want to like overwhelm them with too much information at once. But once they say how much, that's where you can say, after your, the third order of, let's just say you're talking about the carb blocker, after the third order of that, the company is actually going to give you 50, right? I just had
Yeah, 50.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. They're actually going to give you $50 in your account that you can use towards whatever products you want. And so, and for those of you who don't know, if anybody's new, basically as long as a customer orders for 6 months in a row, and I mean like they can't stop ordering after the third month and then 3 months later like start again. It has to be 6 consecutive orders. The company puts $50 in their account. So whatever perk points they have in there already from their trial, that it's going to be $50 on top of that. And so and then, you know, if they're like, oh yeah, that sounds great, thank you so much, then even though they're not signing up as a customer, and this is where you as a distributor, you have to make sure you're on top of it. You want to make sure that you have it set up so that they are getting another 3 orders of whatever the product is that you guys talked about. And then it's almost like you've signed another customer, but really it's better because now this person is like loyal to you, you know, and like they not only are they getting to try other products, but it's almost like somebody you can count on, you know, like you can go back to them in 2 more months and say, or no, I'm sorry. So after the 6 months, that's when, instead of being like, okay, thank you so much, like now you have money in your account, instead of doing that, well, now they have 50, they probably have like 80, 90, however much in their account. And I think it was Jade Hooper who said this, I can't remember, but when somebody has a lot of perk points, instead of being like, hey, you have 60 perk points, like let's go ahead and get you blah blah blah, and then they order something, use all the perk points, and you get 0 volume from that, instead of doing it that way, you could be like, oh my gosh, I just looked at your account and you can actually get our wraps for $15 off because of your loyalty, or however, you know, you want to word it. And then if they're like, okay, yeah, that's great, you can put the order in for them. You're going to get the perk points, whatever the difference is between the wraps and the perk points. And then you can do it again next month. And you can say, hey, so, you know, they're still getting to use their perk points, but they're doing it in a way where it's beneficial to both of you. And then the other thing too is, let's say you do reach out to them about that and they're like, no, you know, I really need to just put my account on hold for right now, but maybe in the future. That's when you can offer the opportunity and be like, oh, no problem at all. And I'm so thankful that you were my customer and I appreciate you so much. By the way, is there any chance you're interested in making some extra money? You already love the products. I think it'd be so much fun to work with you. And like just something like short and simple like that. And guys, a lot of times when a customer does really love, even if it's one product, let's say they're taking hair, skin, and nails and they had amazing results. Even then, they're like the best distributors because they have so much belief in the products and they're already confident and they're already ready to tell all their friends about whatever product they're trying. So either way is great. The point is to try not to ever let a customer order for 3 months and then they're gone. Like, okay, thanks. You know, now I have to go redo this all over again. Rochelle, you want to add anything or? Oh, Shelby's back too.
Yeah, no, I love all of this. Oh, go ahead, Shelby. Can you hear me?
I was just going to really quick said about how customers make the best distributors because they love the products, but not only that, but they
Is she cutting out or is that me?
are
She's cutting out.
Shelby.
Understand out of the gate, oh, I just did that. It's a loyal customer.
Shelby, I don't know if you can hear us, but you're cutting out really bad. I'll message her. Rochelle, if you want to talk, I'll message.
Okay, perfect. I think what Shelby was talking about, Champagne said, loyal customers make the best distributors. And it's so true because they've already tried the products. They already know that they love them. and they're a little bit more familiar. Plus, you have a relationship with them now. So they feel like, they're not going to be alone in this because you've been doing your job in following up with them, right? So that's huge there. And then for me, I used to do this. I don't know where along the lines I stopped doing it. I think it was right around the time that we started traveling, honestly, which is like a pretty poor excuse. But I used to send out thank you cards literally every single month. On the first of every month was kind of like an organizational day for me where I would take care of my goals. I would take care of my team. I would also take care of my customers, where I would send a couple of samples and I would literally sit down with my laptop open and see what they ordered. I would write a handwritten note, no matter if I signed 60 loyal customers that month or 3 loyal customers that month. I wrote it out to every single one of them and just said, thank you so much for supporting my small business. Like, I can't tell you how much it means to us, and following my journey, because most of them come from social media, right? And then I would put in something that they haven't tried. So if they were getting the coffee and chocolate greens, I'm going to put in 1 sample of collagen. That's it. Just 1 little sample and a thank you card. Or if they got just the coffee, I'm going to put in 1 sample of chocolate greens, because I want them to have options to be able to try it. We want our customers to like our products, right? And I think so many times I fall short I reach out to my customers once a month, at least once a month. Okay. But where I fall short is like, if they get their products and they try it and they don't like it, then if you reach out 2 weeks later and you're like, hey, how are you liking your products? And they ignore you, it's because we weren't on top of it, right? At least that's what I think. Like, I look back and I'm like, dang it, maybe she didn't like the coffee. Maybe she didn't make it right. Maybe she didn't have a frother. You know what I mean? Like, all of these things start running through my head. And I'm like, if I can get more on top of that. And with the Connect app, you guys, it's getting so much more simple. And I'd actually, if anybody can like drop it in the chats, or if they feel comfortable sharing, if you're good with the Connect app, because I am somebody who is really resistant to change in the beginning. And then it's like, I'll come to a point where I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I've got to get on this. I use the Connect app for reaching all of my current loyal customers and the ones that come into my business. But something that I've really been wanting to set up is those reminders of those new customers that are coming in to reach out. They have scripts in there for the 222 rule. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but I've seen the scripts, and it's literally like 2 days later, 2 weeks later, and 2 months later. And they have scripts already done for you. Connect. Where I'm lacking, and if you know, please put it in the chats or unmute yourself. But like, where I'm lacking is like how to actually, what's the word? Like, have a reminder in there, like for a follow-up, if that makes sense. So I need to figure that out, but just getting organized, whatever your system is, make sure you're taking care of your customers, and make sure that you're really reaching out and making sure that they know how to use the products, that you get to them before they, can't be consistent themselves. Because I think that's a whole nother thing, is like, they joined with you because they see you being consistent. So they joined with you because they're like, maybe this girl can help me actually lose some weight. And then if you sign them up and don't talk to them for another 30 days, then when they get their products, most of the time they just sit on their counter, because they're like, I don't know how to use these. Like, I thought this girl was going to help me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and so if we can reach out and utilize this 222 rule. So, 2 weeks, and ask them, have you tried your products yet? Let's get on this. Let's take a before picture. Like, I've been hearing so many top leaders say this lately, and I'm like, man, I'm missing out on so many, like, quality relationships when it comes to loyal customers, because I think that I'm too busy, right? I'm just being transparent with you guys. It's the truth. But what I found is, like, so many top leaders will literally be like, okay, let's take a before picture and I'll help you make your first cup of coffee and see how you like it. And literally will like go through it with them. And I think that's so huge, because it shows that you're there for them, but also you have that before picture. So in 3 weeks, when they say it's not working for them, we can have them take another picture and be like, look how much weight you've lost, or look how great you look right now. Like, are you kidding me? I can see it in your face, or whatever it is. They have something to compare it to. So hopefully that was helpful.
Can you guys hear me? Or is it cutting out? Okay, I see Hope shaking her head. Yeah, so I loved what you said about how you used to send out thank you cards, and then when you guys started traveling, it got harder, and I actually used to do the same. And I'm just now, like, literally today, like, I have one right here with a red sample, like, about to get back into that. And so I'm going to be sending thank you notes to all of my customers that signed last month, all of my customers that have signed this month so far. And then also I'm going to be sending thank you notes to any of my like loyal customers, like customers that always are ordering, even if they're not necessarily on an auto shipment, but I know them. I remember their name because I know that they come back and order all the time. And so thank you notes are a great idea. I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but I loved it. She has her like 7-year-old or 9-year-old or however old, I don't know, a child old enough that could write to write her thank you cards for her. And so when that customer receives that card, it's in a child's handwriting, and it's basically just like, thank you so much for supporting my mommy's business, small business. Because of you, she's able to like pay for my dance class or whatever it is. Like, it's very personal, and it's amazing because it's coming from the person who's like benefiting from it the most. Like, I loved that. I thought that was just like so sweet and so personal. And like, my kids aren't old enough to write yet, but you better believe I'm going to be putting them to work when they can. And then another idea, hold on, sorry, it's gross, I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, sorry. Another idea that I had is Christmas and the holidays are coming up. So maybe taking some time to get super organized.
For me to be able to stay
Hold
home.
on.
You guys more pay for things, right? I need to write some thank you.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, with the holidays coming, taking some time to just start writing out some Christmas cards or whatever cards you want to your loyal customers, the ones that were like, maybe not the ones that like just signed up in November, maybe, I don't know. But for me, the Christmas cards would be more so for the customers, like I said, that are super loyal, that have been on auto shipment since the day I joined as a distributor, or, like the people that I know are ordering very consistently, and send them a thank you or a Christmas card and let them know how much their support over the years or over the months or whatever have, just helped my family in such huge ways, and how much I appreciate them. Like, the bottom line is just showing your appreciation for these people. Like, the small gifts, the small tokens of appreciation, like one Reds, like, what do I care if I'm sending someone one Reds? But like, just like I said in the beginning, when you think about your favorite store, the things that they do to keep you loyal, like for me, my favorite stores, they're sending me the coupons in the mail for 20% off. They're sending me $10 off on my birthday month, or a buy one, get one free, or whatever. And, just get creative and show your love for your customers. Because like I said, they are just the bread and butter of your business. The last couple things that I have on my list, which, what time is it? I don't even know. Oh, it's only 10. Okay, good. So a couple more things are, this is just something that it's going to benefit you and them hugely, is any time, and we've talked about this a few times now because we keep getting new products, but anytime we get a new product, message your customers, all of them, message all of them, whether they're ordering from you now or turn their auto shipment off 6 months ago, let them know. And Rochelle said this in a Zoom that we just did. She said, I'll keep messaging people our new products, and it will just be like unread, or no reply, whatever, until it's something they're interested in. We don't know what they're interested in. We don't know. So, just keep sending them stuff like BOGO Confianza anti-stress supplement. Like, they might not have been interested in the BOGO TFX. They might not have been interested in the reformulated cleanse. They might not have been interested. Like, I'm just trying to think of all our new things that I've done. Celery, like, no. But now anti-stress, yes, sign me up. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what somebody's going to want. So just because they've been not responding to your last few messages about our new products doesn't mean that they're not interested in you and in your business and your all in all the products in general. They just weren't interested in those at that time. You guys know what I mean? It's kind of like our following up with potentials. Like, you just got to keep following up. And the thing about following up with our customers is we're just giving them info. We're just giving them info. We're just being the middleman, passing it along. Like, hey, we got a carb control. Hey, we got this. Hey, we got this. And if something's going to click eventually. So just keep on keeping on, and Connect is a great way to do that. Just sending them that message like, hey, we just got an amazing new product. It's just in time for the holidays. You're going to be able to blah, 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 and then go into it. And then one more thing. Always going back to customers and telling them about new products, but also kind of how Ashley said, when a new customer reaches the end of their 3 months and then you ask them to do a new 90-day challenge, why not do that with old customers? So even if they've had their auto shipment off for a while, when we get a new product, you can go through Connect and message all of them and say, guess what? I'm so excited. We just got this new product just in time for the holidays. It's carb control, yada, yada, yada. You could say, you could end it with, would you be willing to do a 90-day challenge with the new carb control? You're still going to get my 40% discount. And I would just love some reviews on this product since it's brand new. And I just know that you love this product, or something like that. So asking them to do a new 90-day trial with you. And then you can basically get them reset up on auto shipment. They're already a customer. They already have their login and all that. But you can get them to turn their auto shipment back on for 3 more months. And let's be real, it's boot season. We're all about to promote in a couple of months. And so if we're getting old customers to not only reorder, but to turn their auto shipment back on, like, that's huge. That's volume. That's almost easy volume, because you're not even having to go sign. I mean, you still want to be signing new customers, but these are people that are already there, that already know you, that you've already built a relationship with at one time. So just asking them if they want to do a new 90-day trial, and that's basically 3 months of 3 months of volume that's going to come in from a customer who you already have. So that's amazing. And then the last thing that I wanted to say before I pass it over and go hack up a lung is asking for referrals. That's hold on. That's basically what HAPS is, right? Host to post. We're just asking people for referrals in the digital day and age. But don't be afraid to do old school referrals. Go to all your loyal customers and say, like, hey, do you have anybody that you think would be great at this business? Or do you know anybody that loves coffee and wants to lose weight or anything? Like, go ask them this stuff and let them know that if they can give you a referral, that you'll send them a couple of samples in the mail or something like that. Or heck, going to them and asking them, hey, can you send me a referral? And in exchange, I'll add you to our monthly giveaway, and then just add them to the HAP giveaway, even though they didn't necessarily do a HAP. Or maybe you ask them to do both. Ask them to do a HAP and to give you a referral that you can call on the phone or text or, whatever, however you want to reach out to them. So I think just getting back to something that either A, you've never done before because we're such a social media based team, or B, used to do and haven't done in forever, which is just asking for referrals. I mean, the old school rap ladies, old school rap girls before social media was a thing. Their whole business, they went ambassador on referrals and parties. So I think just going back to some of the things that got some of the millionaires where they are today, us kind of starting to implement those things, because I mean, they work, and they worked then and they work now. So Ash, Rochelle, or
I
anybody,
love
does
that.
anybody have anything?
Yes, sorry, Shelves, your poor voice. Okay, so just the other day, I think this goes to show that like you don't want to count out any of your current loyal customers, and you don't want to automatically think that. So like when your customers come to you and they say they want to shut off their auto shipment or whatever, don't automatically assume that they actually want to cancel or that they aren't open to trying something new. Okay. So like Shelby just said, but I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. So a couple months ago, the pumpkin spice came out, right? I don't even know how long ago that was, but I sent a message to all my current customers and I was like, do you want to try just the one box of pumpkin spice? And she was like, yes. And she ended up falling in love with it. Well, she was a current loyal customer on her second auto ship. Okay. So her second auto ship ran that same month, and it was the regular keto coffee and the chocolate greens. And so she just purchased that in addition to. Well, she has since then finished her third order. Actually, I think her fourth. She came back to me and she's like, hey, I'm obsessed with the pumpkin spice. I just went on and made an order for the pumpkin spice, but I'm still getting the keto coffee sent to me on an auto shipment, like the regular one. Can you take that off? Like, I like the pumpkin spice way more. Okay. So what I heard, and this is what you guys have to like step back and see. The first thing that I read was, can you shut off my auto shipment? And I'm like, oh, dang, like I'm losing a customer. She doesn't want her auto shipment on. And it's the easiest thing for our minds to go into. But I reread it and I was like, wait a second. What I hear is actually that she loves the pumpkin spice. So if all of y'all on here love your keto coffee, you know that you're not going to stop ordering it, right? And if you have it on an auto shipment, it's actually more convenient and easier for your customer. Okay. So I was like, wait. What if we just set up your auto shipment to not be the regular keto coffee and have it be the pumpkin spice coffee instead? I'll do 2 boxes of it, or we can do 3 so that you never run out, right? Because how many of you have like a couple a day, right? So I'm like, let's do 3 so that you never run out. And she didn't want her chocolate greens anymore. So I was like, perfect. So she's like, oh my gosh. Oh, also what I said was, because I don't want you to lose the points that you've already accumulated. Okay. Did you guys hear me when I said that? Let's keep it on your auto shipment. We'll just switch the product up because I don't want you to lose the points that you've already accumulated. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes. I didn't realize that we could switch the product. You guys, no matter how many times that you tell your customers that it's 3 products, 1 product a month for 3 months, you can switch it up at any time, blah, blah, blah. You can try any of my 50 products. You're always going to get my discount. No matter how many times you tell them that, it still doesn't click sometimes. They're just like, okay, I'm locked into this auto shipment. Even though we never say it, even though we're never making them feel like they're locked into it, they do not understand. So you have to make sure that you're thinking outside the box. Like we've given you all these ideas and things. Make sure that you're thinking outside the box, because here's the thing. I want you guys to think about when you had the highest volume, okay? When you had the highest volume on your team. If you really worked at keeping these customers, and you worked as hard as you do on getting new customers, on keeping these customers, they're easier to keep. Like, newsflash, they're easier to keep. You've already got them in the system. We just have to get them hooked on a product that they love, whether that's just celery. Why do we still order products every single day? Not every single day, every single month, because we love them, right? Like, we're not going to stop ordering them. We love them. So that we need to find customers that are going to love the products that we have. And you just have to think outside the box. And also when they say they want to cancel because they like just aren't liking it or they're not seeing results, always go to, okay, well, like, it's my job to help you see those results. So I want to make sure that I can offer you something else that maybe will help you with that. What if we try our clinically proven TFX? Or what if we try, you know what I'm saying? Like, or our newest product that just came out, it's also clinically proven and it's called Carb Control. It can help with any of your cravings. It can help with, do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, always offering them something different. And there is going to be times, just the other day, I was offering this girl, I offered her like 3 different things. And she was like, once again, I just want to cancel my auto shipment. And I was like, got it. Like, okay, got it. But next month I put her in my calendar because I'm like, I need to figure out Connect. I know you guys are all like rolling your eyes. I know that I need to use it, but I use my calendar on my iPhone, like for everything. So I put her name. Anybody who ever cancels their auto shipment, anybody who comes to me and says, I want to cancel my auto shipment, the next month I put them in my calendar for me to follow up with them and offer them a deal, whatever the deal that's going on right then, or, hey, I can get you a cleanse for $39 at my pricing, whatever, that's still a deal, right? So my point is that I never want those people to fall through the cracks. When they stop their order, a lot of them will say like, I just want to stop it right now, and then I want to come back. Well, once again, that's just a follow-up. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, that's just something that you need to make sure that you're following up, because they're not saying I never want to order again. They're saying, hey, can you stop this for me right now and I'll order again later. Well, if you stop it for them and you never ever contact them again, then they're probably not going to order from you again. Do you know what I'm saying? We have to, it's like Shelby was saying, like, you get 15% off coupon in the mail, or you get things in the mail that you're like, oh, that reminds me, I wanted to get this from Victoria's Secret, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. If you're showing up and you're following up with them, then they're going to be more likely to return on that auto shipment or rebuy when you reach out to them. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew it's so easy to get discouraged when people are wanting to shut off their auto shipments. Keep an open mind and understand that most of the time you can get them shifted or switched onto a different product. If the weight loss isn't working for them, wait a month and talk to them about the new skincare line. Sometimes it's best to give it a couple of weeks or give it a month before you actually come back with like, okay, wait, you're canceling, but like, do you want to try this, or do you want to try this, or do you want to try this, or do you want to try this? You know what I mean? Like, they'll just be like, no, I'm already in the mood to cancel. So just follow back up, and more than likely you'll catch them on a better day and they'll want to try something else.
I love that, what you said about anyone who turns off their auto shipment, you immediately put them down in your calendar to follow up with the next month. Such a good tip. I never thought about it like that before. Like, have a full list of all my customers, and I'll reach out to them when there is a special, but to like deliberately put these people down for the next month who cancel. That's such a good idea. Love that.
I need to do it for like multiple months, because it's like 1 month, and then let's say they don't respond and then they get lost. You know what I mean? So yeah. I need to like do it as like a repetitive thing. I've got to figure that out. I need a better system for sure.
Okay, does anybody else have anything that they'd like to share that's customer focused? Any tips, tricks, things that are working for them? Connect app secrets, anything?
So I have something, but it's like not Connect. It's kind of more old school. For all of my loyal customers, I put them in my calendar on the date that their auto ship's going to run. And literally, I like check in with them a couple days before, and then I underline them to make sure that like I know that they're satisfied before their order is going to come out, and we don't need to make changes. But like, I just like put their names on whatever date. Like the 25th always has like 1 million more people, but I always just put their name down. That way I know when their order is going to come out, and I can get in touch with them prior. That way, like, if their credit card's changed, we can update it before it goes through and gets declined, and then we don't have to worry about that drama, stuff like that.
So what you're saying is you're super organized. I love it. I love
because
it.
I don't have like 1 million loyal customers. Like, I've got like 20. Like,
but that's so good though. Like, if you're taking care, if you're treating your 20 like royalty, then that's 20 that you'll have that aren't going to turn their auto shipments off, So I really do love that. I do.
True.
Anybody else? Amy said she does the same thing too. And you guys, honestly, I used to do the same thing too. I would put all my customers in on the 30th of the month. I would put all my customers for the next month in my calendar, and I'd write them down 5 days before their auto shipment would run. So if it was the 25th, I'd be reaching out to all my 25thers on the 20th. And that's an amazing habit to get into. And I applaud you guys. And honestly, I encourage you guys to do that. But at a certain point, I don't know if this is lazy or truthful. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check myself on it. But at a certain point, it felt unmanageable for me. Like I had too many customers to do that. And like I said, I don't know if that's just a cop out or if I truly did. So maybe I need to go back and look. But
we can ask in the lifers page, because I am actually really curious about that. Because at some point, like I feel like it did get entirely too overwhelming, but at the same time, like you can't pick and choose, like, okay, well, I'm going to love on these 20 that I have, or like, you know, like, so I think that's where I got really off track, was like, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to reach out to all of them one time a month. And it's literally an entire day job for me, you guys. And I'm not saying like, oh, poor me, I have so many customers. What I'm saying is it takes so much time for only probably about 20 of them to order. Do you know what I mean? Or 20 of them to actually respond to me. And so it became something that was like, well, I know those 20 are going to come to me. Like I know these 20 and they're going to like come to me if they truly want something. And so it became like a 1 month check-in. But I am curious to see how many VIPs and above are still like killing it in the retention game. Like we should ask somebody to do a Zoom for us on that if they are.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I would love that. Okay, does anybody else have any last final tips or tricks that they want to share? Anything that they do?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Kind of. It's a little muffled.
I was just gonna say, I'm pleased you guys mentioned, but you can make sure that you're interacting with your customers up on social media too. You can make a group like on Facebook or something and have them like in a group so that you can go in and just kind of like interact with them all. And just to keep like you in there, like back of the head somewhere and be like, oh yeah, like just like you in their circle, I guess. So that they just see your stuff and they can make sure like you're in the loop with the
Okay, you're like really is she cutting out for you guys?
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah.
cutting out. I think what she said was that she puts her loyal customers either in a group.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Okay, so they're either all in a group, or you know how I used to do this, and then again, like oh my gosh, you guys, I swear, like if you're a mom and are organized, I like Ashley, I just like strive to be like you. But like the second that I had Huntley, and I only have one, and I am like not organized at all. But I think what she was saying is that she puts them, like you can put them in a group on your Facebook to where when you can go to the group and actually like have them in your news feed. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And you can like love on them or whatever, and you know, talk to them there. But I used to have an actual group for my loyal customers that I would just like go through and post about like, oh my gosh, you guys, BOGO Confianza, like here's my website, go there and here's how to make your order. Like I used to do that on Facebook, and then it got to like, I think I only had like 30 or 40 people in there at one point, and then I just like lost track and stopped doing it, which was so bad once again. So I think whatever it is that you do, like the bottom line that you guys need to get out of this is like whatever it is that you do, be consistent with it, like we do with everything in our business, and make sure that you're willing to like make some changes. Because I know for me, like I was having a lot more customer retention when I was sending out those thank you notes. That's like one day a month for me that could really change everything for our volume, right? If we all do that trickle down effect. Or you know what, when I was signing a ton of customers, like I'm talking like 60 plus a month, I would literally do it as I signed them. So like I would like address the envelope with the address and everything, and then write out the thank you note right then and there, and then I would add samples to it later. So like I would just address them and keep them all month, and then I would go through and add the samples to it. And like send them out at the end of the month. That when I was really organized, that's what I was doing. And again, it goes so far. So just whatever you guys heard tonight that like stuck out with you, pick one thing and start going with it, because like these little teeny tiny things that we start to do, that's really going to, sorry, Shelbs, can you mute everybody real quick?
Oh yeah.
I'll unmute myself. Okay, perfect. Sorry. I was like getting so distracted. So anyways, just take one thing and really try making sure that you stick with it, because if you do it and it's working, then they're gonna love on you if you're loving on them.
Yep, I agree. I think just, one little other, I mean, I think we shared a lot of tips with you guys that even I was like, oh yeah, why am I not doing that? Like, I'm the one that just said it. Why am I not doing that? But like just one thing that you could do leaving this call tonight is, other than the things that we talked about, is really think about your favorite store, whether online or in-person store that you walk into in the mall or wherever, whatever that favorite store is, and think about what it is, the reason why you always come back. And it might be their clothes, like I said, it might be their product, but what else is it? Like, are the people cheery when you walk through the door? Are they sending you coupons? Like, what is it? And then whatever those things are, how can you implement similar things into your business? Because after all, you are a business owner and you are selling a product, and you do want your customers to stay. So what are those things that you can be doing to make them want to stay or to make them come back? So just think about it. Think about what those things are. I know for me personally, I have a lot of product right now, and I have no problem sharing that product with other people. And so, giving these reds to people is like no skin off my back. But I know for many of you, you're like, well, I'm new. I'm trying to try the products myself. Like, I don't want to be giving the products away. I just got my kit in the mail and I only have 5 coffees. And I get that. But like, start planning it out to where your next your first auto shipment can be products that not only you can use, but that you can sell samples of on social media, and that you can share samples of for free to show appreciation to your first 4 customers or whatever, So just some different ideas for you guys. Hopefully this was really helpful. And hopefully as a team, we can all make a commitment to really start, if you aren't already, or maybe you were and you're not anymore, but just make a commitment as a team to start really taking care of your customers and just making sure they're happy and loved, and that they're loving their products. So I hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go try to rest my voice so that I don't totally lose it. And I want to do my journaling tomorrow morning, but it's going to totally depend on my voice. So just stay tuned on the team page tomorrow morning early. I do it at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you typically jump on, or if you're interested in jumping on, just keep an eye on the Team Bomb Diggity team page to see if I post. I will post something whether I'm doing it or not. So I'll let you guys know, but I'd like to. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great night, and have a great night. I don't know what else I was going to say.
Bye, everybody.
My brain's only half working. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.
Bye, love you.
Bye.